Hi, welcome back to Future Fast. And once again, we have Raj Kapoor with us. And those of you who are here for the first time, you have missed the first part of our conversation where he shares his journey. And believe me, you don't want to miss it. It is Raj Kapoor's journey, so you don't want to miss it. So please go catch up with that. And you will also see, because we did talk about, Raj did talk about India Blockchain Alliance briefly there, which is what we're going to dive in. So it will help you to connect with where you're coming from. So with that, Raj, once again, thank you so much for being part of Future Fast and sharing with
My
us.
pleasure. Completely my pleasure. Completely my pleasure. And also from the people who missed out on the first part, there was a part which I forgot to mention. I'll just add on and then we can continue.
Please.
There's somebody writing a book on me right now.
Wonderful.
And the name of the book is Raj, Naam To Suna Hi Hoga. So taken out from Shah Rukh Khan's famous dialogue.
Movie. Yeah.
And by the way, I use that in every time when I speak at an event. I always introduce myself, Raj, naam hai mera, naam to suna hi hoga. In the same way.
Wonderful. So, so is the book going to be released this year?
Yes, this year. It's going to be released this year. I think in June or July, it should be out. They want to do it before August, before my, or present on my birthday. My birthday is in August. So I said, यार मैं और भी put down जाऊंगा यार मेरे को दे दो before I'm still alive, while I'm still alive. If I have to see my book, I might as well see it. I don't want to read a biopic. I can read a novel, when I'm dead and gone. So
Well, that part is still far away, though. But wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. And in fact, maybe we could probably have a conversation with you and the author of that book.
you should, you should. He's chewed enough of my brains. He knows me better than I know myself. My wife was telling me, I think everybody knows you better than I know you. I said, no. Anyway, yes, you can have I'll introduce you.
Wonderful. So, Raj, why IBA?
Why IB? When I came in 2018 to India, I didn't come as IBA. I came as Raj Kapoor. I started speaking to people, especially government agencies, private corporate enterprise, colleges, talked about blockchain. Nobody talked to me about blockchain. They only wanted to ask me whether they should invest in Bitcoin and whether they can make money out of it. They thought it was all interchangeable, all same. A lot of people still think that, for that matter.
Unfortunately, even today, every time even I speak in any college,
Yeah.
nobody asks questions. But after the event is over, a bunch of students come up and say, "What do you think about this coin? What do you think about that
Oh, yes.
token?"
Yes. So till today, we have not been able to change that paradigm. The change is slow. But so I said, okay, let me see if there's any organization which does it. I went to NASCOM. NASCOM, I had no idea what I'm talking about, frankly speaking, because that time it was not really a popular topic or popular technology, so to speak. And it was tainted, so to speak, with the word crypto, Bitcoin, all these words, which are pretty much taboo in India even till now. And that will be till the government aligns the policy. Otherwise, they will remain taboo. Anyway. So when I came down in 2018, I felt that there is a need for people to understand the technology and just not be blinded by the so-called glam and glitter of Bitcoin. It is a very glamorous thing to talk about Bitcoin. I would be asked to call and talk about Bitcoin. I'm talking about blockchain. Yeah, guys, come on, let's make it different. Ultimately, I said to have it, there has to be a small little movement around it. So there has to be somebody which spreads the word in an organized manner, in a calibrated manner. We started IBA. The three of us, Harmeet, Aman, me, started. Aman and Harmeet said, we are not from the tech background. I said, hey, don't worry, nor am I. Okay. But I understood blockchain. So we sat down together. So we understood what all everybody's strengths are, so what we could do. So Harmeet is great in organizing. So he said, okay, I'll help organize the events, etc. Aman was great with the government relationships. So he said, I'll get us the introductions out there. And while we are at it, we learn the technology with you. So I was great in the tech aspect and the application aspect, plus a lot of experience, use cases, wherever we had worked, etc. A lot of things. So I thought we got a great combination out here, the three of us. And from that day till today, we are still here today. And from 98 till now, we are still, we do everything together, everything. So when we started in 2018, we started India Blockchain Alliance. Before that, we were doing our own other business, representing, as I told you, representing foreign companies in India. So at that time, we had no clue how to go about it. The first thing we did was make a logo. So we made the logo. It is not the same logo which you see today. That changed in 3 weeks or 4 weeks because, and who changed it? My wife changed it. She said, I can't see. We were actually invited and somebody said, give me a logo, we'll put it on our pamphlet. I couldn't see where the hell it was. I mean, where the hell is it? My wife said, there it is. It's looking like a weakling. Just take it out. Tell them, this is your logos are undergoing a change and do that. Okay. So we changed the logo and my wife and I made the logo ourselves, by the way. My wife and I made the logo overnight. She made me sit overnight and said, yeah, use your Canva and start doing something. What the hell are you good in technology if you can't make your own logo? Because that time we didn't have that much. I didn't want to spend so much money on a logo. When I was asking people to make a logo, they were quoting me prices I couldn't believe. I said, maybe I'm in the wrong line. I even decided that maybe I get back into advertising something. Anyway, coming back, we made the logo. I bought the domain. Within 48 hours, we put up the website. I made the website myself. Till today, whatever the website you see today is made by me. Now it is undergoing a change in 2024 when we are now making a completely revamping the whole thing. Within about a month and a half, you'll see a very new website. So we did everything. It was literally a one-man army at that time, and we started off like that. But then we got a break with IIT Jammu, I think it was, and I gave my first lecture there. That became popular. People liked me, and people liked Raj Kapoor's way of speaking. I made it simple. I didn't make it too technical. I said we won't do tech talks, but we'll just do block talks and say, yeah, let's understand what the hell is blockchain. Yeah, I started telling them, you imagine your grandmother and your forefathers all have been telling you the basic concept of blockchain. So the basic concept is distributed. So how if you have a lakh of rupees, will you put it all in one share or you will put it in some gold, some mutual fund, some land or whatever? I said, you're always spreading your risks. If you spread your risks the same way, your data now when you spread, the risk is lesser, so on and so forth. I started giving them easy examples which they could identify them. अरे हाँ हमारी दादी जी भी वही बोलती थी. Our Dadi would say the same thing. I said, we have all been actually practicing the same thing. Now it's technical and now you gave it a nice name, fancy name. So I made it simple for them to understand. I made blockchain conversational. I think that's why I am fairly popular because I make it conversational rather than only do tech talk. Oh, this is a this is a blog, this is a, oh, that's fine. You got to know it. If you want to get deep dive, you go get to it again. But if you want to get an introduction to it, don't go deep dive, you will never succeed. Unless you're talking to a bunch of techies who then are already into that mood already, mostly in the college, etc. It's just going to be guys who are just listening. What the hell is this guy saying? Is he going to just, how long is he going to be on the stage? So I started doing a lot of, interactive stuff with them. And then it worked well. That made me popular. One colleges, after universities, I would go, I mean, internationally, here also. And let me put this off. Keep pinging. I put it silent. I forgot. Sorry. So I did a lot of work there. Then I got into one of the corporate guys told me, yeah, what is this blockchain? I'm hearing a lot about it. Can I use it in my business? He had a grocery shop. I said, no, not right now. Not affordable for you, not feasible for you. Then he told me that, no, I actually want to take you to the guys who manufacture or all these things. They have all these masalas and all that stuff. उनके लिए अच्छा है, it's be good for them. I said, you put the damn supply chain on blockchain. I actually started working on a small project, which I did free because nobody was ready to pay me at that time. And I said, I'll show it to you because then I said, I thought if I make it as a product, I'll sell it off in other countries or whatever. I just thought, let's take another leap of faith. So we did that. And that really helped me because I started understanding the challenges in India first. There are no developers, hardly any developers hardly any nodes, etc. So I identified all the challenges and I said, let me address them. Slowly and steadily as IBA, we started making centers of excellences within colleges in US. And said, these will be our nodes, these will be the guys who work. That becomes our army of workers to start with because they all want to do projects because it is compulsory to do a project, as you know, in the BTech and the BE and all those things. So we made them projects and we made them work on it. All in all, that worked pretty well. We are also finding our feet in this. Then came COVID. Come COVID and everything went online. Something happened and it flipped in the positive side for me. Everybody was losing jobs, etc. But blockchain suddenly became popular. Why? I can't pinpoint the exact reason. I still don't know. But Bitcoin at that time had also become huge. It was growing every day. I started giving a lot of training sessions on trading and this, that, whatever works. We don't know how long the COVID will last. We at least, and I started trading also and made my money there also for that matter. I again don't advise that for everybody. That's with a caution. Put the reader caution, viewer caution advised. I did it what I did at that time. Also, during that time, I got a couple of blockchain projects from abroad because the costs were high overseas. They wanted to have a low cost. They were like service contracts. I did them. My business increased tenfold during COVID, which was not what I heard from everybody else. Everybody was crying.
The
My
basically building applications in blockchain, is it?
yes. I had a bunch of guys whom I trained very well in the space, and they still work with me till
And
today.
what technology were you working on then? You
I
started
was
with.
mostly working on Ethereum and Hyperledger, only these two. Only these two. I was not doing anything else because I had trained my guys in these two. And in those days, only everybody was only talking about Hyperledger and Ethereum, depending on public, private, or a hybrid version or whatever. Started creating a lot of these projects. I got happy because I said, "Chalo, I've sort of got the golden goose now with me. I have got cheap labor in India who know blockchain. I know blockchain. The cost arbitrage is fantastic because if a guy is charging $50 in the United States, he's calling $25 here, half the price or even more. Became good. So I did make a lot of money during my time. Yes, I did make my money. And now India Blockchain Alliance became the de facto go-to at that time. If you have anything to ask or anything, he won't charge you first. I was a very simple guy. I said, "यार India में तो कोई पैसा नहीं देगा for any consulting. Let them ask me what they want. If they're interested, we'll build it for them." Abroad, I was doing a lot of consulting work. A lot of consulting work opened up for me overseas because Zoom, Skype. I used to use Skype. That time Skype became Zoom because suddenly Skype became Zoom for me. Everybody started using Zoom. I started using Zoom and we are still zooming away there. So it became the cornerstone for my success of doing money-wise, financially, I became stable in the time when I expected, oh God, we're finished now. COVID has come. Who's going to listen to blockchain? What am I going to do? That became a blessing in disguise for me, while it was a curse for the humanity and curse for everybody else. I looked at the silver lining and said, well, let's take it from there. Let's pick up the silver lining, which I've always been doing anyway. So I made it gold and said, yes, let's do that. This was good. And their IBA started because a lot of people started coming to us for advice, etc. Internationally, also India, also. My idea was still to make it. I was very, very passionate Indian. I still am a very passionate Indian. I said India should be the superpower in blockchain. We should be the Nalanda of blockchain in India. I wanted it to be the best. People should come here and learn blockchain. People should come to India and learn from us or give us the work and we'll create the patents, we'll do everything. That was it was not a utopian dream. I'm living quite a bit of it now also. At that time, when everybody felt it was utopian, fine, that's okay. Only when you try to go to a utopia, you know whether it exists or not. So we tried and we did. Our utopia exists. Anyway, so IBA then did work. We set up these centers of excellences. They became our hands and legs and arms, and that became my army of guys whom I could train. And these guys today are doing all very well. Most of the guys who have been with me are doing extremely well. Half of them have gone to the States. The other half have gone and migrated to Australia. But till today, we have a very close community. On my Telegram community, 32,000 kids are there whom I've taught during these so many years of my life in India. 32,000
Wow.
Indian kids at some point. Now, whether they pursue blockchain or not is a different matter, but 32,000 kids are on Telegram, on regular touch with me, and I share with them all what we are doing, and they share with me. It's a massive, massive community we created. If somebody tells me you can take out your own coin, you have a 32,000 community. I said, no, that's not my idea. My idea was what I did. I spread all this in so many countries. So I felt I've done my pollination. I don't need I don't need the money. I do it for this. Also, now of late, IBA did of the last 3 years, there's a lot of things which IBA recalibrated and did. Education was the basic. We did a lot of advisory. Then came the stage where there was a lot of no clarity and a lot of opaqueness in our government policies. That was a very big gray area. So we actually, under India Blockchain Alliance, we have a blockchain governing council. We set up a separate unit called the Blockchain Governing Council, where we advise on the standards, frameworks, what should be the taxation policies, etc. We submitted a lot of white papers to the government. A lot of them, a lot of things have been adopted. I am very happy to say that what they're doing right now. Then came another stage in life, and I said, hey, we work with blockchain, we also work with other technologies. And why are we eliminating any other technologies? Because people should not know us only for blockchain, but it should be another thing, be also. So we started an emerging technology council, ETC, where we talk a lot of how blockchain works, blockchain being the core, how blockchain works with AI, how blockchain works in cybersecurity, how blockchain works with IoT, et cetera, with other, technologies. So that was an emerging technology council, of which led to another big debate at one point of time, energy consumption. All these technologies consume a lot of it. So we said, okay, let's do some recalibration and say how we did a lot of research and said, this is how we can actually reduce, the energy consumption. But that's another discussion for some other day. But that also brought us into the fore. We took out a whole thing called the Green Chain Protocol. The blockchain. So IBA has its own Green Chain Protocol where we do a lot of research and development in finding solutions for common world problems like plastic, deforestation, biodiversity, carbon credits, reduction, ESGs. So we have this complete body, which is now my favorite subject, so to speak, sustainability. So people use it, abuse it, misuse it, but hardly apply it. So I said, let's use technology to try and do some work in that. And we've succeeded tremendously. I have a nice report which we did for last year, in which we talked about 72 different projects and startups which we are helping work with a societal impact or a sustainability impact aligned with SDGs and the ESG for the corporate sector. But that is something which IBA now stands for doing. Whenever now today people talk about IBA, apart from other things, we stand for tech for good. That has been the positioning where I have taken our organization. And as I mentioned earlier, off when we were not on screen, we have now, IBA have from a 3-man team is now almost 40 people strong. Each one of us is a volunteer. None of us draw a single rupee from IBA. Each one of us, because it's a not-for-profit. Everybody either puts in their own money for their travel or whatever, and does it because they align with the cause of tech for good. And the 25 verticals which we've created also focus on creating technology for good. Either it should be sustainable technology or using technology to bring down your, improve your ROI, bring down your green carbon footprints, etc. So we have manufacturing, we have retail, we have hospitality, we have advertising. You name the vertical, we are there now. So that's
how do you sustain motivation to volunteer in these? Because obviously this could well be a business proposition. So why?
it is. It is to some extent. What happens is everything when you advise, you always end up in either creating something or training or consulting, which leads to future revenues for them. So we allow them to keep revenues within that space, and we help them give the knowledge. You're mute.
Sorry. Yeah. So basically, the model works in where, say, I volunteer with my time, and then if I'm able to convert it into a payable
Yes.
project
Yes.
to my business, it's fine.
Yes. Yeah. Each of these people have got about 20 to 25 years experience within their verticals. So if it's healthcare, somebody from seniors from there is there. For example, in agriculture, we have somebody who's got 25, 30 years in the agri sector, but not in the tech aspect of it, but in the agri sector. So we are absolutely open. Our doors are always open. For example, recently in the advertising ad sector, we got Bobby Pawar come in on his own. Bobby Pawar is a very well-known name within the advertising agency. He wanted to be a part of it because there are a lot of solutions we discussed. I said these solutions can only go into your industry if you are the one who's the poster boy, not me. So they become not a poster boys, but they become the ones who carry the message about technology and what we could do, tech for good, or anything in this space to their respective sectors. So we've got a good lot of people within this space. We have got, yesterday I spoke to somebody, she's just come down from London and says, I would like to volunteer with that in the ESG and sustainability space. So we said, yes, everybody is welcome. Our arms are open, our hearts are open, welcome. We will not be able to pay you. But if you can earn your bread and butter and jam and peanut butter, all welcome. You're all good. We're all making. But the first is also, they also on their own, but we also take from them a 10-hour commitment every month to spread knowledge free of charge. That's all what we take. That's, you got to be part of IBA. You got to also help spread the message. So they do it in their towns, in their villages, or wherever they are. And now we have got now in India, we have got about 8 or 9 chapters or 10 chapters, and we are going to have in every state now. By the end of this year, every state will have its own chapter. And we've also gone beyond the shores of India. We are now present in 13 countries,
Wow.
including 5 in the Africas: Nigeria, South Africa, then Kenya, Ghana, like in Zambia. We recently opened Zambia. So there are a lot of them here. South Korea, Indonesia, Philippines. We opened a New York chapter last month, and just 3 months back in Switzerland, Netherlands. So we are there in many countries as IBA. My condition is India should be everywhere. I am, as I said, a very patriotic in India. I couldn't fight the war. Couldn't join the army, but my patriotism still flies high when I say that you should be an India Blockchain Alliance with you. So I try my bit. I do my bit, and yeah, we are doing good in that space. So India Blockchain Alliance is a whole bunch
So
of
your loyalty to Indian Army has moved to Indian tech.
yeah, India tech and India as a nation. As a nation, I'm very proud of my nation. Politics I keep away from totally. But I love my nation. I always tell that if I can in my own way, and I'll tell you a thing which we are doing right now, which will say, yes, this is something. In my own way, want India to be recognized not just for the wrong things and the things which we should not be, but we should be for the right things, for the right technology, and technology for good is my lead motive. What guides me, my guiding principle, my North Star. And for IBA, everybody's aligned towards that. In what are we doing now in that? Three things we have, which has really sparked that off. And I said, yeah, I want to make India the superpower in this space. I did one thing, which I think is going to spark it off. Time will tell. I live in Goa. Along with the guys, I put a proposal to the government of Goa. I said, listen, guys, everybody comes to Goa for a vacation. Everybody comes for that. But is Goa known for anything else apart from its casinos and cashews and lovely, beautiful surroundings? Really nothing much. I said, let's change that paradigm from vacation to workation. Let's give Goa people an opportunity to come and settle in Goa to work. They won't settle here to work if they don't have opportunities. And the youth always goes away. So you have an aging population and you have no youth out here. You have the highest unemployment rate in Goa. Can we do something
Also,
to address? Yeah, in India, the highest unemployment rate is in Goa,
wow.
unfortunately, because there are no jobs here. Apart from tourism, there's hardly any jobs. There's agriculture, which none of the youth want to do. And there's tourism, which doesn't pay you, but there's too many people in the same space. So we created a concept called Web.
I thought Goa produces the most amount of alcohol in India.
It does. It's the cheapest. It doesn't produce alcohol. It just sells it at the cheapest rate. Yeah. It
Oh
produces
no,
a,
it has
yeah,
quite a few breweries and distilleries
they do.
because
They
of
do.
water, right? I think Goa has
Yeah.
what, 5 or 7 rivers?
Yes, it has 7 rivers. Yes. So yes, it has got all these, but they are not enough for the youth. The youth want something more exciting. The youth want, if you want to do an IT job, which is the IT is the in thing today, you
So
have.
you're saying Goa will become a IT hub of sorts?
Yes, there is a project which has been India Blockchain Alliance and the government of Goa have got together.
And
Uh,
what will change?
I,
How will it
I think
change?
we are creating here the largest Web3 district in the world.
Okay, when
Called,
you say Web3 district,
the project is called Web3 on the Sea.
okay.
Okay, which is a concept of India Blockchain Alliance's Web3 village. We want to create Web3 villages across the country. And I'll come to that now. Web3 on the Sea is where we are putting co-working spaces, accelerators, everything on barges. Barges
Hmm.
which don't float anymore because there's no mining. So we are refurbishing them on the beach and all that. So people can come and really work in a very beautiful environment. And now they have opportunities. Now we have already got almost 100 signups for those, for 100 companies coming in there. This was launched on December 2nd last year, 2023. The launch was done there.
Okay.
I have a
Where,
video.
which part of Goa is it?
There's going to be multiple locations,
Oh, okay.
especially. So they will all be connected through a Web3 ecosystem. Complete ecosystem will be a Web3 ecosystem powered by blockchain and AI. And I'll send you more information whenever you want. Anybody who wants can take the information
Yeah,
from.
please.
But Web3 on the Sea, Web3 on the Sea is the first attempt in India to make it a beautiful ecosystem. Acres and acres of land have been allocated. Government is working on that. The second and very important one, which is going to be very significant, is we are creating the world's first complete Web3 district in Thane, Bombay.
Okay.
That is big because Bombay is a powerful city. And this is a small, not a, it's basically a 2-acre land, which is going to have a lot of experience and research and development and experiential center for blockchain and AI, which not only can youngsters, not only colleges can come to, corporates can come and do the experimentation, everybody can come. It's open for everybody. It's opening, it's just got greenlit just now, just a few weeks back. Now, that is something that's going to be a game changer because we are going to use that concept of a Web3 village. It could be Web3 on the sea. Now we're talking to Uttarakhand government, Web3 on the hills. So we are taking the concept to multiple places, especially tier 2, tier 3, where there is talent, but there is no direction or opportunity. And we're doing that. We're doing our bit for the nation again, what we can, bringing in more employability, bringing in some funds to the nation, investments, everything. We are doing that part. So that is something which IBA is now completely doing to make Web3 and make hopefully India the Web3 capital of the world. Hopefully. We missed the Web 1 bus. We missed the Web 2 bus. We still can board the Web3 bus.
Yeah, sure. And so how will so what will this Web3 district be? What exactly?
It'll be one complete ecosystem where you have Web3 companies. Be given facilities. There'll be funders. There'll be seed capital guys. Government will also put forward some money or subsidize many opportunities for them. There'll be mentors. There'll be market makers. There'll be guys who will advise them from compliance. So it's in one ecosystem. Instead of going into multiple places, you come here, everything is fine. Also,
Yeah.
also, we are working, the government of Goa is working towards what is known as the digital nomad visa. With the digital nomad visa, it gives a lot of foreign companies easy access and long-term stay in India and set up shop out here. That's another thing which we are working around that. That will be doing for all the places where we are setting up the Web3 village. Only one thing remains is the compliance. That is, so what we're doing is we're not talking about companies which want to do a lot of crypto work here. Those need not come here right now. But a lot of doing work in blockchain and AI and research are going to come here. We have a sign up with Avalanche. We have a sign up with Sandbox. So many of them are coming in here and helping us grow the ecosystem. So there is another very big conference happening in Goa next year, which is going to be one of its kind. It's called Unconference Goa. You got to be there in Feb next year. I'll send you the invite.
Positive. Is it on the model of Gift City in Gujarat? I'm just trying to get my head around it.
Yeah. So Gift City is good. Gift City is good. It's more on the model of the Dubai free zones.
Okay.
It's got, Gift City is for fintech. It's only for fintech, and they have a lot of regulatory requirements still. This is going to be more free flow, and more idea is to become in due course of time a free zone.
Okay, so as in even crypto business can be allowed, or token can be allowed
at one point. Yeah, not right away.
Okay.
Maybe right now.
So government of India is involved because I guess a lot of these things demand.
The government of Goa is greenlit it, and the government of India is also is aware of it. And we are not talking crypto here at all because of this mandate of not talking about Bitcoin and crypto, but we are not talking about blockchain and AI research, which is a very big thing in its own way. So the companies which are here don't want to talk about, and it's a mandate which you've given them. You don't talk about your crypto. All that stuff you can do it in Dubai or wherever it is compliance are okay. Here we don't talk about that. Here we talk about metaverse, centers of excellences, centers of excellences in AI, blockchain, and then converging that. So we are putting 5G, centers of excellences. So everything is a convergence of all these. So even in Bombay, same thing to you. 5 major centers of excellences in a beautiful natural surrounding. We've got one thing there: sustainable, in nature, biomimicry enabled. and inspired.
Wow. Okay.
So
Interesting.
that's
This
why,
is
that's why I,
and
yeah,
links can be shared, right?
I will share with you. I will share with you what is publicly allowed to be shared. I will definitely share with you.
Fantastic. So probably will have these links below this podcast, so all of you could look them up, and also all Raj's links and social handles are also there, so you can follow Raj and a lot of his work. And also, I don't know, for those of you who missed it in the first part, Raj, I can vouch for it. Typically, responds very fast online. So it's almost like he's online all the time. Uh,
The phone is
in
lying with me.
oh
That's not always.
well, Raj, someone actually was telling me. I wonder if Raj has employed somebody to respond because the response comes so fast.
Right here all the time.
Yeah. So you will always find Raj's response coming through to your
That's that
query
is a very
anyway.
that's an American trait I learned. You respond immediately. Yeah, you don't linger around and try and show you're very important. No, your client is more important than you are, or whoever's responding, reaching out to you is always more important. I think that I imbibed that in the 90s. I still keep that in mind.
Yeah. So, so to all the audience and listeners, you can be really assured of it, and also look up IBA. And is there a way people can be part of IBA, Raj?
Oh yes, we have a volunteering club in every city.
Mhm.
Whoever wants to be part, just first do one thing, follow IBA as one. That is one way of looking at what we are doing because a lot of opportunities are posted out there sometimes. We need, whenever we want volunteers, go ahead, you want to volunteer. And we require volunteers for doing multiple things throughout the year because our idea is to reach tier two, tier three, tier fours. That's when the penetration happens. Right now, it's
Mhm.
reached tier two. We still want to go deeper. And then we
Mhm.
need volunteers because we can't be everywhere. We need arms and legs. We need our soldiers. We need our foot
Mhm.
soldiers all the time. And what a lot of people don't know about is as in my wife and I, we both have a foundation. We have a foundation in which whatever we earn, and a lot of people say, "Yeah, Raj, tu bahut paisa kamata hai." Oh yeah, we do earn. That's good. No, nothing wrong with that. But what we do with it is 75% of whatever my wife and I earn goes into the foundation. It is to educate underprivileged girl child. So now we have more than 2,000 girls, which we teach them right from primary to college, free of charge in private institutions across India. Well, that's where a lot of IBA work goes into giving back to what we can. None of us are going to take anything with us. So we try and give whatever we can right here, right now. So
Wonderful.
that's
You can share the link for the foundation as well.
that is the private foundation. That's not for public. We never take public money, but we need volunteers. Yes, for volunteers, we will always help to teach these children. Yes, we require volunteers. We will do for that. I will always put up a link for that. It's a private
Wonderful.
foundation, only with my wife and I. And I've always believed in not taking money from outside. The day you take money from outside, it doesn't become your foundation. It becomes somebody else's foundation. We've kept our money as what is the fuel required for it.
Okay. So you don't want support, but you welcome volunteers for those efforts.
Volunteers is fine. Volunteers are fine. We don't want money. That's one of the very few things people
And
hear.
for that, people can reach you on your social handles
They can reach out to me
as well.
anytime. They can reach out to me anytime. My social handle. I'm most popular. I mean, I'm most on LinkedIn most of the time. I have a good following. I post once in a while. LinkedIn is my go-to social handle. The rest of them, I'm not there. I don't know what the hell to do. My daughter tried to put me on Twitter and all those things. I don't have the time, or I don't have the interest in that much. But yes, maybe now we will do some more. Everybody thinks, sir, you should be on Twitter. No, all right, I'll be on Twitter. Whatever you want me to do, I'll do. But yes, you reach out to me on LinkedIn. That's the way to reach out best, and I'll always be in touch somehow or the other.
Well, a lot of youngsters are not yet on LinkedIn, so most of them are on Instagram. So probably you should.
Yeah, well, there is a guy who said, sir, I'll put you on that. And I said, you do what you like, just get it approved by me. I'm okay as long as you want to know. I just don't like it at all. Personally, I don't much care for any of these, neither Facebook, neither Insta, neither Twitter. But you're right, absolutely. Youngsters are on all these. And if youngsters need to get in touch, well, that's the way to get it. And those youngsters who are not on LinkedIn, why the hell you're not on LinkedIn? I don't know. So you should get on LinkedIn now. Come on.
So I hope LinkedIn is watching because you're really promoting them. All right.
I mean, frankly speaking, LinkedIn has worked for me a lot in the last few years. So I can swear by it. But I'm sure so have Twitter and Insta in their own field. My daughter is a complete Insta user. She's on. So anyway, she tells me, Papa, I'll manage it for you. You do it. You can do it. I'm okay. So I am not one for, but yes, we need to be there.
So, Raj, before we close this, conclude this part of the conversation, do you want to give a shout out to our entrepreneurs? We also have significant entrepreneur community following this podcast. So, do you want to give a shout out from a point of, adopt Web3?
If you don't do it, you're going to be outdated. You're going to be a Nokia or a Yahoo. You don't want to be a Nokia or Yahoo now. And who uses Nokia today? Who uses BlackBerry today? They never innovated. They never actually embraced new technology. They thought nothing is going to change them. Nothing is going to upset the Apple cart. And literally, Apple has upset their Apple carts. So let's put it this way: if you embrace technology as it comes. Today, I embrace blockchain. I embrace AI. I embrace all technologies. It's like your kids, guys. You can't say one is your favorite, one is not. But some play a more significant role than the others. But they all do play a role, and they all are important in their own way. So all entrepreneurs embrace technology, even if you're not. If a guy like me, who stayed out of class most of my life, and also my strategically I went to US in a different way. Embrace at the age of 48. You guys are younger. You have the chance. You have resources. You got everything. You got these wonderful podcasts going on, guys. We never had it way back in those days. You got the opportunity to make it big. And scalability will only come with embracing technology, emerging technology. Blockchain and AI are in the forefront right now. Get all of them, guys. It's not so difficult as you think it is. You'll be successful. Trust me. You're seeing somebody who's doing 140 projects, so I'm not complaining. I don't think you should either.
Lovely. One last thing, perhaps, how IBA can help startups.
Well, you come to me if you have a great idea. Whatever you need, whether it's building the product, refining the product, partnerships, funds, we can get you access to markets, networks, which no one, and I mean that no one in India has. And it has only come because we've been there for a long time. It's just like a guy who wins, who fights the most battles, gets the most medals, and survives it all. And so maybe IBA is just that. So we've been there since 2018. We've been the oldest. A lot of other guys come and go, and they don't have proof of work to show. We actually do that. We'll say, listen, this is where it is. We'll put you in project. We'll put you in front of the right people. We'll get things done. So IBA helps in all aspects, 360 degrees, right from the ideation to getting your first check. We'll help you with that. And even if your mom and dad haven't given you the first part as yet, so we'll help you with that as well. Not as IBA, because we are not for profit, but we know this ecosystem which we bring to your doorstep, which will probably take years for you to build. We'll bring it instantly. That's how we'll really create value. And more important, I'm happy to mentor you personally. If it's really good, excite me, guys, and I'll do it personally. No problem.
Wonderful. Raj, thank you so much. And once again, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And do share this conversation with all of your network who you think will benefit out of this, particularly, you heard all of
Send me whenever the link is with me, you will be, I'll make sure it's with everybody else within my network.
Fantastic. Thank you once again, Raj. And guys, enjoy the ride and come back soon because we're going to get Raj once again to share his perspective on the future and also some prediction. And
Yes.
until then, enjoy the ride.